All right, well, welcome everyone to our webinar today for BitClub Network. I don't want to say good morning or good evening because we literally have people on from around the world. So it is literally middle of the night and morning in some places, afternoon, evening in others. Just glad that you're on. If you're listening to this recording, same thing. I mean, we have members literally all over the world. Before we really get into BitClub Network, though, I want to really share with you guys what Bitcoin is. I know a lot of you that are going to be listening to this really don't understand Bitcoin and might have some preconceptions. Maybe you heard something in the media or read about Bitcoin somewhere and, have heard of it, but really don't understand it. So Bitcoin is the world's first decentralized cryptocurrency. And you can use Bitcoin to basically buy just about anything you can think of anywhere in the world. Anything from houses, cars, coffee, restaurants, taxi cabs, plane tickets, hotel rooms, pretty much anything you can think of. In fact, I still had the 2 receipts open from 2 plane tickets that I had bought, and I'll show them to you here real quick. And also, I'll probably stop talking when I click on web pages. I'll probably stop talking when I click on web pages sometimes just because people tell me they get a delay and they don't hear what I say until the page is loaded. So if you hear a little pause, sorry about that. I just don't want to get cut off. So here is a receipt, success, cheap air, paid with Bitcoin. And then here's another one. So this is another one where I paid with Bitcoin. So this is beautiful that you can use Bitcoin for absolutely anything. And the way Bitcoin works, it's a way of transferring value, if you want to call it money, to anyone, anywhere in the world, digitally, the exact same way as if you were handing someone cash. So if you hand someone cash, there is no fee to hand them that cash. It's an instantaneous thing, and you don't have to apply for any kind of account to hand somebody cash. Anybody in the world can use cash. So Bitcoin is kind of the same thing, but it also has kind of a mechanism of gold as well, because gold is a store of value, to where if you buy gold, generally over time, gold goes up in price because it's a set supply. It's not like our money supply where you can just keep adding more and more and more and more money to the money supply. With gold, it's rare. There's only so much of it. And with Bitcoin, it's the same thing. There's only so much of it. So the whole concept behind Bitcoin was to make it a set amount of Bitcoin. There's only so much of it. Anybody can use it anywhere in the world, do an instantaneous transaction, and be able to do that for no fees. Now, when I say no fees, generally there's a little tiny fee, but we're talking about 4 cents or 3.5 cents. You could send somebody $1 million instantaneously anywhere in the world, the same as if you were to hand them cash, and the whole thing will cost you 4 cents. If you tried to send someone $1 million through a bank, like a bank wire, or through PayPal, you're going to get a few phone calls, have to fill out lots of paperwork, explain lots and lots of things, and there's going to be a lot of fees attached to that. With Bitcoin, that does not exist. So with Bitcoin, and I'm going to draw something out here for you real quick. Give me a second. Let me grab my little pen. All right. So 1 second here. All right. So with Bitcoin, I'm going to draw this little circle here. So this is Bitcoin. So the whole idea behind it, again, is that I can send money to you. So this is me, and this is you. So I can send money to you, and there's no fees, there's no middleman. We don't have to qualify or apply to be able to use Bitcoin. Anybody can use Bitcoin. and it's very seamless. But the difference in this is if you look at if you're using a bank or using PayPal, all those companies, we have to trust them. They all have servers, they all charge fees. And with this, there is no company, there's no person, there's no government, there's no entity that's running Bitcoin. It's like the internet, it just runs itself. But something has to power Bitcoin. And what actually powers Bitcoin is there's thousands of people around the world that have specialized computers hooked in to the Bitcoin network that's powering the Bitcoin network. Now, it's not just powering the network, it's also hosting the entire network. So the entire Bitcoin platform is hosted on thousands and thousands of computers around the world. So if you knew where PayPal was and you had a rocket, you could blow up PayPal. That's possible. PayPal would no longer exist. With Bitcoin, if you blow up one of the thousands of people that are hosting the Bitcoin network, it doesn't matter. There's still thousands more, and it's a 51% majority rule. And so these are all the transactions happening right now in the world with Bitcoin. You can see this is moving pretty fast. There's lots of transactions happening. And so it takes 51% to say, yes, this is a legitimate transaction. So if one of these people are hacked and a hacker tries to say, oh, no, send the Bitcoin to my address, it won't happen because he's like a little nothing in the equation. The overriding percentage, which is probably 99%, 99.9%, say, nope, that's not legit. This is legit. And so it can't be hacked. It can't be destroyed. It can't be taken offline. It can't be manipulated. It's literally perfect. And so the real question is, why would thousands and thousands of people buy specialized computers, spend money on electricity to help run Bitcoin if there's no fees? There's no money to be made. So for that, we really need to go back to the very beginning. Bitcoin started January 3rd of 2009. So I'm going to write that on here. January 3rd of 2009. So when Bitcoin started, there was one block of Bitcoin created, and that one block of Bitcoin had 50 Bitcoin in it. 10 minutes later, another block of 50 Bitcoin was created. 10 minutes after that, another block of 50 Bitcoin was created. And that's actually the pace that it's kept up, is one block of Bitcoin about every 10 minutes. On average, it's every 10 minutes. So those new blocks of Bitcoin, newly generated Bitcoin, that is the reward for people that have their computers hooked into the network. And doing that is called Bitcoin mining. So really, in essence, all Bitcoin mining is powering Bitcoin, securing the network, and verifying transactions. So that's mining. And the newly generated coins are the reward for the people doing the mining. So it started out at 50 Bitcoin every 10 minutes, and it kept up that pace for 210,000 blocks, which came out to about 4 years. Then it switched to 25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. So still a new block every 10 minutes, but now it's only 25 newly generated coins every 10 minutes. And then after about another 4 years, another 210,000 blocks, it's going to drop down to 12.5. And that will actually happen the end of July 2016, this year. So over time, it's going to keep being less and less and less and less newly generated Bitcoin for another 125 years, until the year 2140. There will be a total of 21 million Bitcoin, and there'll never be any more new Bitcoin created after that. So that's why I was saying it's rare like gold, because there's only a set finite amount of it. We know this because the Bitcoin code is open source. You can review every line of code. You can track it out. You can see exactly how this is going to work over the next 140 years. There is no guessing. So we know exactly how much Bitcoin there is, how much there will be, over what period of time. We know everything. So in the very, very, very beginning, Bitcoin actually had no value, zero value, because it actually wasn't about money. It was about proving an idea that you and I can do a transaction, no third party, no fees, no qualifying for account, instantaneous, anywhere in the world, with no help from anyone. Can that actually work? So in the beginning, there was only a few people that had their computers tied into the network. Now, these guys are really high-level programmers, cryptographers, and there was no transactions for over 6 months. I'm sorry, 16 months until May 22nd of 2010. And a group of these programmers were on this chat room one night, and one of these guys that had collected a lot of Bitcoin from doing Bitcoin mining, but it wasn't worth anything yet, they were just trying to prove the idea. He says on this chat room, hey, I'm hungry. I'll give somebody 10,000 Bitcoin if you'll buy me a pizza. And that guy was in Florida. A guy in London says, no problem, I'll buy you a pizza. What do you want? Where do you want it from? What's their phone number? What's your address? I'll send it right over to you. So he bought him a pizza, and that pizza cost, it was actually 2 pizzas from Papa John's, cost about $25. And that guy received 10,000 Bitcoin. So now more people started saying, well, hey, I want some Bitcoin. I'll give you $25 for 10,000 Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's rare. And so, people were like, I don't want to sell my Bitcoin. No, thank you. I'm just going to hold it. So people started offering more money. How about if I give you 50 cents? What if I give you $50? What if I give you $100? And the price actually started going up. And it took a little over 18 months for the price of Bitcoin to go from absolutely nothing. And let me just draw this out here real quick. Hang on. So it actually took over 18 months for the price to go from 0 to 10 cents. So that's 18 months. 18 months. I'm just going to put MTH. 18 months from 0 to 10 cents. So now it's been another 5.5 years since then. 5.5 years. And it's now gone from 10 cents to, at the time of this recording, I believe it's about 400 and I think it's like 420. Hang on, let me look at my phone. Want to be accurate. So it's 414 right now. 414. So over the last 5.5 years, if you would have bought $1 worth of Bitcoin, you would now have $4,140. I mean, literally, that's a multiple of 4,140. If you would have bought $100 worth 5.5 years ago, just got to add 2 zeros. You would now be sitting on $414,000. That's a really nice home just about anywhere in the world. That is a house and a college education in most places in the world. That's a house and a car and a college education in a lot of places in the world. I mean, we're talking about serious money. For the past 5.5 years, there is no better investment in Bitcoin than Bitcoin, period. You couldn't have bought $100 worth of gold or silver or platinum or diamonds or oil or anything else 5.5 years ago and now be worth 414,000. This has been the best. Now, of course, some people think, well, we missed the opportunity. Not at all. And I'm going to show you why we have not missed the opportunity at all. So to explain this, I'm going to show you guys another website that's called CoinDesk. So this is CoinDesk. CoinDesk is a great website. They've been around for a long time. You can go here, put your email address in. They'll actually email you stories about Bitcoin just all the time. In fact, here's a recent one right here. China's central bank discusses digital currency launch. I mean, this is big time stuff. U.S. congressman to talk Bitcoin at Washington, D.C. event. I mean, it's just huge, huge things happening with Bitcoin. So it's a great site to learn about Bitcoin. There's also a lot of different sections with lots of data for anything you want to know. But first, we're going to look at the Bitcoin network statistics. And we're going to go down to daily Bitcoin transactions. And this is the Bitcoin network. These are all the transactions that are happening. So you can see in the very beginning, there was no transactions at all, nothing happening. And then right in here, there's our pizza. And then it starts growing a little bit. But in 2012, it starts getting some real action. And now you can see that the Bitcoin network is up over 150,000 transactions every single day. That is huge, 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 but it's nothing. Think about how many times a day you personally use money, whether it's to pay for a plane ticket or a soda at 7-Eleven or pay for dinner or buy gas or pay your phone bill or whatever it is. We probably use money, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 times a day. Right now, there are only about 12 million people in the world that use Bitcoin. Now, there are hundreds of thousands of businesses that accept Bitcoin around the world, but we're talking about 12 million people out of 7 billion people, a couple 100,000 businesses out of hundreds of millions of businesses around the world. So our potential here is massive. We could have 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion people using Bitcoin. If there was just 1 billion people using Bitcoin, doing an average of 10 transactions a day, that's 10 billion daily transactions. Right now, it's over 150,000 a day. That's nothing compared to 10 billion a day. So this is still the beginning. What is going to create mass adoption is ease of use. So we all know 20 years ago, the internet was kind of complicated, not much to do on it. It was just about email for the most part. And then lots and lots and lots of companies with really cool ideas started popping up online. And over time, it's become really easy and really fun to use the internet. Well, there's already hundreds of Bitcoin companies and Bitcoin applications, but there's thousands, tens of thousands coming. And let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to go to Bitcoin Venture Capital. So on here, these are companies that are involved in the world of Bitcoin. This is what they do in the world of Bitcoin, money they are raising, and then these are the investors that are actually giving them the money. More important than the companies and how much money and who's giving it is the trend of what's happening. So I'm going to scroll down here to the bottom, and they kind of have a calculation here. So here's the trend. In 2012, about $2 million was invested and raised. And it's actually for these three companies right here. In 2013, 95 million. 2014, 361 million. 2015, 498 million. This is huge. We're talking about $950 million just in the past couple years, like past 3 years, $950 million. If you look at the names on here, and you can go here and look later, but you're going to find basically a list of the world's richest, smartest people that are investing these hundreds of millions of dollars. This is no joke. I mean, here's one, Coinbase. January of last year, a year ago, on their third round of funding, raised 75 million for a total of 106 million. For the first time in the history, 200-year history of the New York Stock Exchange, they invested money in a company that's not publicly traded. USAA, one of the largest banks in the US, BBVA, the largest bank in Spain, top 5 in Europe, They also invested into Coinbase, which is a Bitcoin company. If we go up here to just recently, you'll see that Chain just raised $30 million in their second round of funding, total of $43 million. And the investors, Visa, NASDAQ, Citi Ventures, Capital One, this is no joke. I mean, it's the biggest, smartest, richest people doing this. Look at this, 21 Inc. raised $116 million in their first round of funding. During their seed round, they also got another $5 million. So $121 million total. This whole crew right here, Andreessen Horowitz and all these guys, this is basically the people that started eBay, PayPal, and Google. So when I saw all this, I was like, well, maybe I should pay attention to what they're looking at, because they're investing hundreds of millions into a technology that nobody even knows about yet. And if you read articles that some of these guys have written, like right here, you see Draper and Associates right here. And you'll find Draper and Associates in a lot of places. That's Tim Draper. Just go look on Google and look up Tim Draper and see the stories that he writes and the articles he writes about Bitcoin. Him and lots of other people, they see the price of Bitcoin at over $10,000 in the next 3 years for one Bitcoin. Now you might say, well, that's crazy to go from $414 to $10,000. That's a big swing. Actually, it's a multiple of about 23, I think, maybe 22, something like that, 22, 23, 24. So it has to go up 22, 23, 24 times to get to 10,000 from where we are right now. Remember, the past 5.5 years, it went from 10 cents to 414. That's a multiple of 4,140. We're talking about a multiple of 20 something. It's nothing. So the potential here is not just 10,000, but also 20, 30, 40, 50,000. If you take 2%, 3% of the world's money and put it into Bitcoin, you're talking about one Bitcoin being worth between $700,000 and $1 million for one Bitcoin. That could take 20 years or longer, but that's where this could go. Remember, there's only so much of it. Now, we all know if you have a certain demand for gold and you only have, let's say your supply meets your demand, well, that's your price for the month. But next month, if your demand stays the same, but you only get half as much new production of gold coming out of the ground, the price goes through the roof. Same thing with Bitcoin, except for with Bitcoin, our supply is literally going in half every 4 years, and eventually no more new supply, where our demand keeps going up and up and up and up. You can see the rise. I mean, I showed it to you right here. This is people using Bitcoin. The demand is going up. The supply is going down. The price has to go up. It's just math. So that's where this has huge potential. And so with BitClub Network, what we do is we're involved in Bitcoin mining. Now these are the actual blocks of Bitcoin that people are hitting, and you can see when they hit it. You can see 24 minutes, 51 minutes, 53 minutes. 1 hour and 26 minutes ago, BitClub Network actually hit a block. And you can go on here and click on more, and you can go previous, all the way back to the very first block of Bitcoin if you want to see it. And these are the people that are hitting the blocks. So here's BitClub Network on here from earlier today, and then here's another one that we hit today. And remember this number right here, 394,000. I'm sorry, yeah, 394,264. 394,264. 394,264. All right, so this is back to this front page again. These are the blocks. I'm going to go down here to mining pool stats, and this shows all the big mining companies that are mining Bitcoin. So here's BitClub Network. Over the past 4 days, we've basically mined 2% of the blocks, and you can see the listing here. So we're top 10 of all the mining operations. So if we click on that, So there's 394,264, that last block that we hit. If we click on that, you will see BitClub Network, and then you'll see newly generated coins, and the newly generated coins were deposited to this Bitcoin wallet. And you can see block reward 25 and the newly generated coins 25. And here is this Bitcoin wallet. Bitcoin's transparent. You can see all the transactions that happen in any wallet if you know the wallet address. So you can see newly generated coins, newly generated coins, newly generated coins, newly generated coins. And if you scroll down here, you can actually see a really big buy order for more mining equipment that BitClub Network did, which was 2,317 Bitcoin that came out of just this wallet. And by the way, we can change this from Bitcoin to USD, so you can see how much this is in USD. So that's almost $1 million that was sent from that wallet, or from this wallet. But you can see that so far there's been, oh, let me turn back to Bitcoin for a second, 1 second. So far you can see there's been 8,430 Bitcoin mined to this Bitcoin wallet address. There's still 3,368 Bitcoin in this wallet address right now. And so in USD, that's 3.5 million that's been mined. There's still 1.4 million sitting in the wallet right now. But basically the $3.5 million worth of Bitcoin, that's been split up by our members. So with BitClub Network, I'm going to show you here real quick. Give me a second. Hang on, waiting for it to load. All right. All right. Okay, so I think it's loading here. All right, good. All right. And by the way, so far, we've been on here for 30 minutes. And just think, what have I told you about BitClub Network? We do mining. That's all I've told you so far. Like, I got to teach you guys about Bitcoin first. And everything I say, by the way, you don't have to trust anything I say. Google is your friend. You can look up anything that you hear me say and verify it on your own, separate from any of the websites that I've even shown you. You can do it on other websites also. All right, so on here, you can see our mining operations that we have in a few different facilities around the world. We even have a really cool video in Iceland. And actually, I'm going to play this real quick for you guys. It's only 1 minute. Give me 1 second here. I'll make it bigger. Full screen. There we go. I don't know if you can hear the sound or not. I cannot hear the sound, so I don't know if you guys can. But at least you can see the facility. All right. So I hope you guys can see that okay. So that's a video on our site of our Iceland facility. And basically, as new people join, we just buy more computers and mine more Bitcoin. And then all of our members share all of the Bitcoin that's mined. So think of it like gold again. If we were all just a bunch of friends and said, hey, I found a gold mine over here. None of us know how to mine gold, but there's some gold miners that I know. We can buy this gold mine and they can dig the gold out of the mine. They'll get their share of the gold, and then we'll get our share of the gold every day. That's really all this is. BitClub Network has programmers that know how to mine Bitcoin. So we're just a big group of friends putting money into buying computers that mine Bitcoin. They run everything, do all the programming, they mine the Bitcoin for us, and we share the Bitcoin every single day. And there really is no guessing on, well, are they really mining Bitcoin? This is 100% verifiable on third-party websites. You can't make this stuff up. Like, this is the blockchain. This is Bitcoin. And you can look up many different websites like this that are basically the same as blockchain that show all of these stats. And so very, very, very transparent and 100% passive. Nobody has to share this with their friends or family or anything like that. If you want to get involved with Bitcoin mining with BitClub Network, no problem. You just buy a mining pool contract. We buy equipment, we mine Bitcoin for you, and you get Bitcoin every single day. It really is that simple. So before I get to the next parts, do you guys have any questions about Bitcoin in general? I'll handle more questions about other things later, but just about Bitcoin for somebody that's brand new, any questions of something you don't understand about Bitcoin? And I'm figuring most people on here will understand Bitcoin that are on the live webinar because it's basically members are already. All right. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. All right. So let's move to some more things about BitClub Network. So with BitClub Network, we are network marketing in essence because you are paid referral commissions for you tell a few, they tell a few, they tell a few, they tell a few. You can leverage an organization, and we're the only Bitcoin mining operation that compensates people like that. Now, some of the other mining operations, they'll give you, 2%, 3%, 5% if you refer anybody. But if they refer anybody, you don't get anything. And most of those, you get it on their first purchase and nothing after that. With BitClub Network, you get paid literally over and over and over on your entire organization. So that's what kind of makes us network marketing. But in reality, we're kind of not network marketing because we don't run like any other network marketing company. We're very, very, very different in a lot of ways. Probably the biggest way is that we just look at ourselves as a Bitcoin mining company. If somebody buys a Bitcoin mining contract, they're in with us forever. They're a part of our mine. We look at everyone as kind of like a little part owner of it. And if we had 10 friends that all chipped in to do this together, that's really all BitClub Network is, except for we do it on a bigger scale than just 10 friends. We can do this with 1,000 friends, 10,000 friends to make it where all these little guys become a big powerhouse. Nowadays in mining, you have mining companies that are raising public money of $30 million, $60 million. Some of these mining pools, if you as an individual want to get involved, minimum $100,000. Nobody can get involved for a few $100 or a few $1,000s. You just can't do it. So we're doing this to make it where all of us little guys can become together one big powerhouse in Bitcoin mining. BitClub Network actually just did a deal with Bitfury, which is probably the second largest manufacturer of Bitcoin mining equipment, but they've been keeping it all to themselves. BitClub Network is basically the first person that they've done a deal with to sell their equipment. And they have the newest technology coming out. I don't want to bore you with, all the details of it, but it's a big deal. So when we did a deal, it was actually for a lot of money, like a lot of money. But originally they didn't want to even do it because they wanted a deal for a minimum of $50 million. And so the beautiful thing about this is that because we're spreading the word of Bitcoin to thousands and thousands of people around the world, and it's not just some billionaire getting involved, this is thousands of families, they really open the doors to us where they're not opening the doors to other people. So we got something really special, and it's because we have a distribution channel. So with Bitcoin, if you remember over here, when I showed you the page of the venture capital, hang on one second. It's loading. All right, so remember this page I was showing you earlier. This is what these different companies do in the world of Bitcoin. There's actually hundreds of different types of revenue streams in the world of Bitcoin. And so because we have a distribution channel, we can add more and more and more and more revenue streams, all Bitcoin related, into our distribution channel. So one thing we're adding is Bitcoin ATMs. We already have a few of them up and running in the world. We actually own 7, but we have a few up and running right now. Over the next month or so, we're going to get all 7 up and running. And then we'll actually be selling shares in that pool of ATMs. And just like any money changer, because a Bitcoin ATM is basically a money changer, change from Bitcoin into whatever currency or whatever currency into Bitcoin, all money changers charge a fee. And so the Bitcoin ATMs will charge a fee. Whoever's part of that pool will share in those fees. Just that simple. So that's another revenue stream. Then another thing that we have set up, oh, I forgot to open that website up, is a site called BitLife. Okay, so this is the BitLife site. There's also an app. The app's not, oh, hang on, reloading. All right, so this is BitLife. And we also have an app for BitLife. It's not on the Play Store yet. I have it on my phone, but it's not for everybody to download yet, still being worked on. But this is getting close to being done. You can use BitLife to find businesses that accept Bitcoin anywhere in the world. If you have the app on your phone, when it's ready, wherever you are in the world, you just tap on it and it will show you all the businesses around you that accept Bitcoin. And you can leave reviews, read reviews, see where your friends have gone and used Bitcoin. So really cool app, completely free for everybody to use. But our goal for this is to get, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people using this. And then of course we can sell advertisements. And then we're going to take probably 70, 75, 80% of all the revenue that comes from the ads and supplement the pools, buy more equipment, maybe just bump up the pool, give everybody a bonus, whatever it is, but we're going to supplement BitClub Network from BitLife. So this is another revenue stream that we're building. And then another thing we're doing is setting up a merchant platform. So I want to show you a different merchant platform that's actually up and running right now. I thought I had opened it up already. Maybe I did not. Thought I had. I guess I did not. All right, let me open up this real quick. All right, so this is a company called BitPay. BitPay, great company. They are a merchant platform. They help businesses to accept Bitcoin. So you can see right here, Bitcoin payments deposited to your bank account. If you want to keep the Bitcoin, you can. They have over 60,000 businesses. It's actually probably closer to 100,000 businesses that use BitPay. And there's a few different payment platforms like them. This one is a big one because they have Microsoft, PayPal, NetTeller, Virgin Galactic, Shopify, Gift, Tiger Direct, Zynga, like from Candy Crush. So a lot of big companies use BitPay. So BitClub Network, we're actually building a very similar platform, except for our programmers say that our platform is kind of like next generation technology to BitPay. But let's just say it's the same as BitPay. Our guys say it'll smoke BitPay, it'll be way better than BitPay, but let's just say it's the same. And I walk into a business with a rep from BitPay, and we're both going to pitch the business on using our platform. So I say, okay, Mr. BitPay, you go first. And he says to the business, all right, so we can help you accept Bitcoin fee will only be 1% less than any merchant account you can get. If you don't want to keep the Bitcoin, we can put the cash in your bank account the next day, and there's no chargebacks ever, and we can show you places where you can list your business so people that use Bitcoin will know that you accept Bitcoin. Okay, is that it? That's it. Okay, my turn. I can do for you everything that he just said, plus a couple little more details, but the most important thing that I can do that they cannot do is we have a network of tens of thousands of members all over the world that you can advertise specials to on our own advertising platform that will reach out to all of these people, and we can bring new customers to your business. Which one do you want to sign up with? BitPay loses. We win. Everybody wants more business, new customers. With Bitcoin, there is no trust involved. It's not like a normal merchant account where it's rolling reserves and this and that. And that doesn't exist in Bitcoin, period. So it makes it really easy for companies like BitPay and what we're building to basically charge almost nothing to do this. But because BitClub Network, we have the distribution channel, we have the people. So all those businesses that are raising millions of dollars, they're building great technology, but they have to go get their customers. We have a whole customer base built in. Now, here's the thing. With our merchant platform, again, we tell them that we can advertise to our members. You want to advertise a discount to our members because we're letting you advertise, no money out of pocket, but you got to give our members a discount. Now, the way you'll know it's our members is our members will pay with ClubCoin, not Bitcoin. Now, just so you guys understand, Bitcoin is completely open source. So if you are a programmer, you can see that code, copy the code, make a few changes, and then you could actually launch your own cryptocurrency. So on here, this is actually a site called World Coin Index. This is a site with a bunch of different cryptocurrencies on it. There's also CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. There's a lot of different sites on here. And there's probably over 1,000 different cryptocurrencies. I mean, you can just scroll and scroll and scroll. This just shows the first 100. And you can see next 100, the next 100, next 100, next 100. And all of these listings, like the ranking, is based on a lot of different things. How much the coin costs, how much volume there are, how many coins there are, what the highs, lows of the day, the ups, downs. They have some algorithm to kind of place coins on the list of where they are. But we launched a coin called ClubCoin. Now, ClubCoin works in principle the same as Bitcoin. You will have a wallet, so you just download your wallet here to your computer. And then if you want to actually buy ClubCoin, you would go to Bittrex. And I know I opened Bittrex on here. Where is it? This is not it. All right, let me open Bittrex. Hang on. Hang on, waiting for it to load. All right, so here's Bittrex, and on Bittrex, you can buy and sell, trade between hundreds of different cryptocurrencies, and ClubCoin is the one that we started, so you can see ClubCoin right here, and this is based on how much volume in a day, so we're like, I don't know, top 10 in volume. Sometimes we're, way up top 3, but you can actually see everything, so I click on that. And sorry, internet's a little slow while I'm doing a webinar. So I'm gonna click on 1 week. So you can actually see, like, when we started, actually I'll do max because we just launched this about a month ago. So we started out and then there was a couple little dips, and then you can see about a week ago it really jumped up, and now it's been hanging higher than it was the previous weeks. So right now you can see on here the bid and ask, people that want to buy and sell, we're between 20 and 21 cents per club coin. So with all of these different cryptocurrencies, again, it's just like gold, it's all about supply and demand. So with our merchant platform that we're setting up and getting the merchants to give discounts to be able to advertise to our members, we could end up getting thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even 100,000 or more businesses that are giving a discount, let's say 10, 15, 20%, maybe a free Coke when you order a pizza, whatever it is, or maybe take 4 shirts to a dry cleaner and get 1 free, whatever. You're going to be able to save money. Now on here, if you want to change $100 worth of Bitcoin into $100 worth of club coin, it only costs you 1/4%. So 25 cents to change $100. If you can do that and spend 25 cents and then go save 10, 15, $20 because you're saving 10, 15, 20% at, thousands of merchants on the internet and brick and mortar in your local area, there's going to be huge demand for club coin. So I see it, and I could be completely wrong, but I see it as club coin being, $2, $3, $5, maybe even more after the first year. Second year, I think we could be 10, 20, maybe even higher. And then the third, fourth, fifth year, it could get really crazy. And here's why. I'm gonna go back to the first page of Bittrex real quick. All right, so if you look on here, these are all the different coins, and you'll see they're all attached to Bitcoin. You see BTC, 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 BTC. Everything's attached to Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin over the past 24 hours, actually the past 18 hours, has shot up like 10%. Bitcoin has. It's the same amount of Bitcoin to buy a club coin. So 0.00052 Bitcoin to buy 1 club coin. It was basically 0.0052 Bitcoin to buy a club coin 24 hours ago. So when Bitcoin goes up 10%, all the other coins also go up 10%. If from supply and demand, we can get club coin to $15, $20, $30, and then all of a sudden you're talking about thousands and thousands of platforms for Bitcoin being launched all over the world. And now all of a sudden, masses of people, 100 million, 200 million, 500 million people start using Bitcoin, and it starts pushing the price of Bitcoin up, up, up. 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 for 1 Bitcoin. I think if Bitcoin in the next 3 years does go to 10,000, maybe even higher, it could pull club coin up to $100, $200, $300 for 1 club coin. Now on our Bitcoin ATM network, you're also going to be able to buy and sell club coin. So out of all the other coins, club coin will be the second with ATM networks. If you look at all the other coins, there are no networks of thousands of businesses to use these other coins. It's only Bitcoin. So we'll be the second cryptocurrency with networks of thousands of businesses that accept it. Not just accept it, give a discount for using it. So our potential here is massive. Now I know what some of you guys are thinking that are brand new is, okay, well, how much does club coin cost? Actually, club coin doesn't cost anything. We give it away free to all of our members. Every single member of BitClub Network that's a part of our mining operation has club coin. They were all given it. On the open market here, some people, they're like, oh, I just want to sell it and get the money. No problem. Other people that are in BitClub Network go, oh my gosh, the potential here is huge. I want to go buy as much of this club coin as I possibly can right now from people that want to sell it. Remember, 5 years ago, Bitcoin was 10 cents. well, 5.5 years ago, 10 cents. And now it's 400 and whatever dollars for a Bitcoin. So I know people that bought Bitcoin was 5 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents. Just remember, when somebody bought Bitcoin for 50 cents, that means somebody sold Bitcoin for 50 cents. So some people will get rid of it. Some people will buy more of it. Totally up to you, but we give it away to all of our members. So let's go through. Hang on, wait for this to get loaded. Hang on, this is not loading. 1 second. All right, I'm gonna go back to the home page here. Sorry, still loading, going slow. Hang on, everybody. I'm still here, just trying to get this thing loaded. Oop, wrong one. I would keep talking, but I just don't know if it has me cutting out when I'm loading a web page. Oh, there you go. Maybe it'll work better if I log in. Hang on. All right. So getting started with BitClub Network, we actually have 3 different options. There's pool 1 for 500, pool 2 for 1,000, pool 3 for 2,000. So let me explain how this works exactly. Every day we're mining Bitcoin, and some days we get lucky, some days we get unlucky. Over time, it just all averages out to where it's the same for everybody that's mining Bitcoin, but some days are higher, some days are lower. So we actually do an average of 10 days. So when we average that out, we have whatever Bitcoin there is to be split up. Anybody who has 1 share of pool 1, the 500, they get 1 share of all of the Bitcoin. A pool 2 would get 2 shares, and pool 3 would get 4 shares mathematically of the Bitcoin. So pool 2 gets twice as much as pool 1, pool 3 gets twice as much as pool 2, 4 times as much as pool 1. So I hope that makes sense. Now we also have a founder pool. The founder is basically someone who has a pool 1, a pool 2, and a pool 3. So if you add that up. Also, there's a $99 one-time membership fee. And until February 1st, so another 9 days, I guess it is, another 9 days, you're going to get 1 club coin for every dollar that you spend with BitClub Network. Now, one thing I didn't share yet, and I just want to share this real quick, because I think this is important. If you just buy Bitcoin, now I just want to be clear, BitClub Network and myself, we don't sell Bitcoin. Like, I don't sell my Bitcoin. BitClub Network does not sell Bitcoin at all. We mine Bitcoin. But if you just buy Bitcoin, and let's say you buy $3,600 worth, sorry, my drawing is a little bad. Right now, you're going to get, it's 414, so you're going to get about 9 Bitcoin, something like that, about 9 Bitcoin for your $3,600, so 9 Bitcoin. Over the next 3 years, if the price goes to 10,000, you're sitting on $90,000. So me personally, I have a lot of Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's going to be huge, huge, huge. If it only went up to $1,000, you'd still have 9,000 compared to 3,600. So the potential here is massive, massive for this. But again, we don't buy or sell Bitcoin, we mine Bitcoin. So if we look at Bitcoin mining, so mine Bitcoin. If you put that same amount of money into Bitcoin mining with us, I think, and again, there's no way to predict the future, but I think that over the next 3 years, you could end up anywhere from 25 to realistically 60, maybe even more than 60 Bitcoin over the next 3 years. If that happens, you're talking about, if the price goes to 10,000, you'll be sitting on $250,000 to $600,000. So people go, well, what's the worst that can happen? Well, the worst that could happen is the same as the worst that could happen if I put my money in the stock market or any other investment. I could lose all my money. But what's the best that could happen? In the stock market, I could lose it all. And I put 25,000 in the stock market one time and I lost it all of it. But the best that could happen in the stock market over 3 years, maybe double my money. Where with this, the potential is, we're talking about massive returns is the potential. Again, nothing's guaranteed, but the potential's there. Now that is before we even talk about the club coin. So again, from the time we're doing this webinar until February 1st, we only got 9 more days, you're getting 1 club coin for every dollar that you spend. And if you're a founder, you're going to get a bonus of an extra 1,500 club coins. After February 1st, it's no longer going to be 1 club coin for every dollar that you spend. It's going to be 1 club coin for every $5 that you spend. So right now, with Pool 1, you're getting 500 plus 99 club coins. Pool 2, you're getting 1,000 plus 99 club coins, where starting February 1st, you're going to get 100 plus 20. So 120 instead of 600. Right now, you get 1,100, where it's going to turn into 220. Big difference starting February 1st. Still a great deal, but a big difference. And so far, our thousands of members that have already joined BitClub Network, everybody got 1 club coin for every dollar that they spent joining. So big bonus there. And again, if you want to sell it right away, you can. You can see it's going for 20 cents. So if you came in for the 1,000 pool, you literally could go sell those club coins right now for $200. I mean, it's 20% off basically just from the club coin. I think you're crazy if you sell it, but you could. Now, another thing that's really cool about club coin is that you can get more club coin. You don't have to just get what you get. You can actually get a lot more. And let me explain that real quick. Club coin is a little bit different. It's not like Bitcoin in the sense of it's proof of work. So with Bitcoin, you have to buy mining equipment to mine Bitcoin, and probably about 1/3 of all the cryptocurrencies, you have to buy equipment to mine them. There's also what's called proof of stake, and with proof of stake, you don't have to buy any mining equipment. You just download the wallet, and you have that wallet up and running. And here is a club coin wallet. Oh, this won't show it. Hang on. Hang on a second. Give me a second, everybody. I want to show the wallet real quick. Okay, so this is a club coin wallet. So you see your dashboard, and then if you want to receive club coin, you will give people. Oh, hang on. GoToMeeting screws up a lot of things. Sorry about that. All right, so you can see you have wallet addresses in here. You can create new addresses if you want to for your wallet. And then sending. You put the wallet address of who you want to send to, and then how much club coin you want to send, and just hit send, and then they will get it. But with this, new coins are being generated by just having your wallet open and keeping your coins in there. So hang on one second. So here you can see how many coins that you have, and you'll see staked. So everything starts in spendable, and then if you hit a block of new club coin, it will move to stake, and it waits for 401 transactions. So you can see I got one confirmation. It'll be available after 401. And down here, if we look at a different one, this one has 23 confirmations. It'll be available after 401. So you can stake your coins and get more club coins over time. And it's actually set to where if you're staking coins and you leave the wallet open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for a year, you would get 20% more coins. So if you had 10,000 coins, left your wallet open 24/7 for the entire year, theoretically, you should end up with an extra 2,000 coins at the end of that 1 year. Some people don't want to do this, so we made it easy for people to just stake it in BitClub Network. I'll show you that. Let me flip back over here one second. I think I'm on the wrong page. No, I'm in the right place. Okay. All right. So up here, you'll see how many club coins you have in your wallet. You click on that. Is it loading? It's not loading. All right, this is going slow and it's frozen. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but it's going a little slow and freezing up on me. Hang on a second here. I'm giving it a second to load. Okay, you guys can hear me fine? Okay, great. I'm glad you can hear me. I'm just waiting for this to load because it's not loading. It keeps saying not responding. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got it up now. All right, so on here, you can see how much you have in your wallet, and then you'll see virtual staking pool. So if you just want to stake your coins with the virtual staking pool, you can. We'll click on that. Okay, and then Joby asked, once you stake them, are they locked for a year, or can you pull them out early? Okay, so whatever you stake them for, they're locked in for that period of time. So this is based on that 20% in a year. So if we do the 10,000 coins for 1 year, at the end of 1 year, 20% would be 2,000 extra coins. So if you were to do that for 1 month, theoretically, you should have 166 extra coins. 2,000 divided by 12, 166. So if you stake 10,000 coins for 1 month with BitClub Network, you would get 80%. So let me click on 1 month real quick. You would get 80% of the 166, which is 130. If you did 3 months, you're going to get 90% of the 166. And if you did 6 months, you're actually going to get 105%. Because remember, a year would be 2,000. So here you have 1,050. So 105%. And if you do 12 months, you're going to get 110%. So instead of 2,000, you'll have 2,200 after 1 year. Whatever you choose, you're locked in for that period of time. It's just too much work for BitClub Network to have them coming and going, coming and going, coming and going, coming and going all the time. This is set up automated where it does it all instantly. So if you do for 6 months and you put in 10,000 coins to the staking pool, every month you're going to get 175 coins, 175 coins, 175 coins. At the end of the 6 months, you're going to get your 10,000 back, if that makes sense. So it's all automated. So once they're in because it'd be too much work to be moving them in and out for thousands of people. So this is an automated way to do it. Okay, we got a few questions on here, so I'm gonna go through some questions. Let me start at the top. Richard, just wondering what the impact on Mike Hearn supposedly dumping his Bitcoin recently. Richard, what I think is funny is I have people all the time since Mike Hearn said he was walking away from Bitcoin. Most people listening to this, and when I say most, I mean 99.9% of people listening to this are like, who's Mike Hearn? Mike Hearn is just a programmer. He's one of hundreds of programmers that work with and work on Bitcoin. MIT is a part of the whole Bitcoin core. They have amazing programmers there. Mike Hearn, as a lot of talented people are, in my personal opinion, is a drama queen. So there are issues that are always being resolved with helping Bitcoin expand and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and they have block size and blah, 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 blah. So there's probably a good 7, 8, maybe 10 solutions to each problem. And they're not really problems, they're just future issues, nothing that could ever crash Bitcoin. That can't happen. And we could get into long discussions, not the right time or place on here, but basically when Mike Hearn would hear solutions, it was no, my way's better, you're stupid, we don't want to hear that. So when everybody wouldn't kiss his ass, he decided to go get a job with a conglomerate of banks and did everything he could to try and hurt Bitcoin, but obviously he cannot. And so most of the top Bitcoin minds in the world, which are some of the smartest human beings on the planet, some of those guys I've talked to, a couple of them are even in BitClub Network. They think Bitcoin's better off without Mike Hearn. There will be a lot less drama. So again, I'm not a part of all that. I really don't even like having discussions about what goes on with all the programming side of Bitcoin because I'm not a programmer. I cannot really give any kind of educated help to that, so I let them do it. But I know there's already 10 solutions. It's just which solution do they go with? Them fighting about which one they go with, I just let them fight about it. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Zero. Like literally it matters zero to me. I just paid for a plane ticket today with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin works just fine. So to have somebody that literally means nothing to me buying a plane ticket or sending money around the world or doing whatever, it just literally means nothing. So don't get dragged into, debates about stuff that really to you and I should not affect us at all. Zero. Bitcoin works perfect. Okay. Shrindhar, how different are the returns from any other company when compared with yours? If I say, what would be your USP in terms of mining when compared with other mining companies? I have no idea. I don't know what other mining companies do, and I really don't care. I know we do our stuff completely different from other mining companies because other ones, you are just purchasing an amount of power for a certain amount of time, and whatever Bitcoin that makes for that amount of time, that's what you get. Could be a little less than what you put in, could be a little more than what you put in, but you're done. If you refer somebody, then you really don't get anything. They're not working on other platforms to grow that organization. It's just a simple boom, boom, that's it. I don't compare ourselves to those people, and there's 1,000 of them. So when you go, well, how do you compare? Which one? I mean, I can't really get into 1,000 different comparisons. And at the end of the day, they're not our competition at all. Zero. I mean, if they're not ahead of us, like with what we do, all the ones that are bigger than us, you can't participate with those people. Ones that you can participate with, we're the biggest and the strongest with the most leverage, doing other things to even increase our payout. So can't really compare us to other companies that you can get involved with because we pay out differently and run it differently than they do. But again, I just don't see them as competition. So I hope that makes sense. Paul, what caused the big spike? I guess everybody realized that Mike Hearn is a nobody, and whatever press releases he put out that made the general public that don't know anything about Bitcoin freak out and sell their Bitcoin real quick and push the price down, that all the people with money and really understand Bitcoin went, wow, the price just came down. It's really low. I want to buy it. I want to buy it. And a bunch of buy orders came in and price came up. Me personally, I'm a little sad to see the price go up. I want the price to stay low and go even lower. I wish Bitcoin would go down to 300 right now. Like, if I could get it to go down to 300 right now, I want it at 300 right now. It's just funny to me that people that don't have any Bitcoin or 1 or 2 or 3 Bitcoin wonder about the price. And then it's like, oh yeah, the price is going up, the price is going up. Why would you want the price to go up? You don't have 10,000 Bitcoin. I mean, if you have 10,000 Bitcoin, then maybe it's, yeah, let the price go up. But we're not selling Bitcoin. You want the price high when you're selling Bitcoin, when you're accumulating Bitcoin. And for me and most of the people listening to this webinar, we're all accumulating Bitcoin right now. So we want the price to be low, because when it's low, we can get more Bitcoin. So yeah, what happened actually with the price going up? I don't know. It's just a bunch of buy orders came in. When the price went down, it's because a bunch of sell orders came in. It's really the only difference. Nobody actually controls it except for people buying and selling it. Sridhar, being Bitcoin mining company, what is the idea of promoting Club Coin? Is it to compensate for mining results? Not at all. Our whole point is to save our members money. So if somebody doesn't get it with Club Coin, then just go sell it. I see like the big picture here of having a network of not just a couple thousand, but tens of thousands, if not 100 or 200,000 businesses accepting Bitcoin through our platform and accepting Club Coin through our platform, but being able to have a network of hundreds of thousands of people that they can advertise to, no money out of pocket. If you read in the newspaper every week, all the grocery stores and other places like that are giving discounts to get you to come to their grocery store and somebody else instead of somebody else's grocery store. Walk through the mall. Every store has a sale sign. Every one. And so we give them that opportunity to advertise and actually put stuff on sale for our members, because our members, they're trying to get our members to come to their store. And so Club Coin is a way to differentiate our members from all the other people out there in the world using Bitcoin. And so if we can do it where we create demand, because every single cryptocurrency, the price is all going to be based on supply and demand. People buying, people selling. That's all it's about. So if we can get it where people want to buy it because they know they can go save money with it, we create demand, price goes up. So we can help our members save money by using Club Coin and help our members make a ton of money because they got Club Coin early. That jump from 10 cents to 400 and whatever dollars for a Bitcoin, we miss those days. The jump of 4,000 times, not 4,000%, 4,000 times, 4,000 multiples. A dollar turns into $4,000. We missed it with Bitcoin. We actually missed that. Now, that could still happen, but it will take 40, 50 years. But our members have that chance with Club Coin. And we're not saying, here, we have all the Club Coin, buy it from us and make us millionaires. It's here, we're going to give it away to everyone. When we started BitClub Network, and there's people on this webinar that were in BitClub Network in the very beginning, very beginning, there was no Club Coin. There was no talk of Club Coin. There was no idea of Club Coin. But when we did start it 6-8 months after BitClub Network started, we're like, well, let's give it away to all our members all the way back to day one. We want to take care of everyone. We don't want to let anybody, out. We want everybody in with us. And so that's kind of how we did the whole thing. So it wasn't about really compensating for mining results at all. Mining is mining. Go buy mining contracts with other Bitcoin mining companies. You'll see it. I mean, mining is mining. it takes time. It's a very patient thing. Nobody's going to get rich in 30 days from Bitcoin mining, period. But yet you have companies that are raising $60 million in venture capital money because they see the 3, 5, 10-year projection of what can be made with that type of investment. So ClubCoin is more of a separate thing, not to compensate for mining. But I personally think that ClubCoin over the next 3 to 5 years has actually even bigger potential for all of our members, even bigger than the mining results. And I'm not on a VPN. I'm in a hotel on their Wi-Fi. So sometimes hit and miss. If newcomers are in, they might have difficulty in procuring Bitcoin. That is true. That's one thing. Some of you guys might be thinking to yourself, okay, but and by the way, you can only sign up in BitClub Network by using Bitcoin, and you only get paid your commissions in Bitcoin. And so some people go, well, how easy is it for me to turn Bitcoin into cash? It's actually really easy to sell Bitcoin. It's kind of 10 times harder to buy Bitcoin. The selling's the easy part, using it on whatever you want, easy. It's the buying that's a little tough. So one site that's really good, and I actually pulled this up earlier. Let me show you guys real quick. And the website is howtobuyBitcoins.info. So this is howtobuyBitcoins.info. And on here, there's lots of exchanges from all over the world. Lots of exchanges. So when you go on here, you're going to see the buy and sell prices on all of these exchanges. And at the top, you can pick whatever currency you want, and it will show you the exchanges that accept those currencies. So whether it's Indian rupees or Great British pounds or euros or, whatever it is, doesn't matter. They're on here. So you can find places to buy and sell Bitcoin. And separate from this, there's also localbitcoins.com. So localbitcoins with an S.com. And that will hook you up with people in your area that buy and sell Bitcoin. And you can see ratings on how many transactions they've done, how many people have been happy with them. And most of them have 100% ratings that people are happy with their service. So, you should be able to find just about anywhere in the world for buying and selling Bitcoin. Say for India, we have to wait for the right price to buy, as most of the exchanges in here add a buy sell. That's actually all exchanges. I was just over in Cambodia, and I went to a money changer to turn Malaysian ringgit from into USD, and they were charging 10%. I looked at my phone, the rate was 4.4 for $1 for how many ringgit? 4.4 ringgit, and they were giving 4. So they're getting me for 10%. They give me for the 0.4, and I was like, I'm not paying 10%. I found a much better rate. It was still 4%. So changing from currency to currency, whether it's ringgit to dollar or dollar to euros or Bitcoin to dollars or Bitcoin to India rupees, there's always going to be fees on there unless you're doing it person to person, where it's, I really want to sell my Bitcoin. And this guy's like, I really want to buy my Bitcoin. Okay, nobody's going to try to charge fees against each other. Let's just do a trade. So, these companies, they put a lot of money into their platforms to make that spread. So, yeah, everybody has that. That's just normal. Hayden, can you move the coins you buy at Bittrex into the staking pool? Yes, you can. It's not set up automated yet on BitClub Network to move club coins into BitClub Network. You'll have to send a support ticket and say, I have club coins. I want to put them into my back office so I can stake them. And they'll say, okay, send to this Bitcoin address or this club coin wallet address, and then send us the wallet that you sent from. They go in the blockchain, look at it, and they will add that to that, and then you can go do that. But please, look, for all you guys, you don't have to stake 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But if you could, do BitClub Network a favor and do ClubCoin a favor, because we made it so easy for people to stake their coins. We need people on the network. It makes the network stronger and stronger and stronger the more people we have. So I know you can make more if you stake it with BitClub Network. I know it's easier if you stake it with BitClub Network. If you stake most of your coins with BitClub Network, that's fine. But if all you out there would at least download the wallet, and even if you just had 5 coins, 10 coins, 100 coins in your ClubCoin wallet and staking, it helps the network. That's where a lot of other coins, like it's all cryptocurrency people, so they're all like, oh yeah, I'm staking, and they're all techie, Star Wars, whatever. They love doing that kind of techie stuff, where a lot of our members are not like that. So they're like, oh, you'll do it for me? Great, bloop, done. We just made it so easy. So for those of you listening, help out and just download the wallet. It only takes a minute. Install it. Go to the receive. Get your wallet address. Go in your back office with BitClub Network. Click on withdraw your club coin, and just take out a little bit. If you want to stake it with us, no problem, but just take out a little bit. 5 coins, 10 coins, 20 coins, 100 coins, 500 coins, whatever it is, just a little bit, not all of them, and stake them and just leave the wallet open as much as you can. It'll help out. So that was my 2 cents there about helping us, because we just want to make the network stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Can we say have a credit card payment processor? Absolutely not. Never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever. No. Sinahar, and have you some time frame to convert that to Bitcoin? Convert what to Bitcoin? If you want to convert ClubCoin to Bitcoin, you can do that right now. Like if you sign up right now, you have your ClubCoin, you can go set up your wallet for ClubCoin, and then just download or just do a withdrawal for your ClubCoin to your wallet, and then go over to Bittrex, set up an account with Bittrex, takes 1 minute, and then you put your ClubCoin into your Bittrex account. It's really easy, step by step. They walk you through. It's real simple. And then once your coins are in there, you go to the page and you can just sell your coins, and you're going to trade it into Bitcoin. And then if you want to take your Bitcoin out, you just send your Bitcoin to your normal wallet, sell it to whoever you want to sell it to, use it however you want to do it. So, I mean, you can, buy ClubCoin with Bitcoin on Bittrex, or you can sell ClubCoin for Bitcoin on Bittrex. Either way you want to do it. It's actually really simple. I mean, so far, like I've had, I don't even know, 5, 6 people that contact me, like, Russ, I went on Bittrex and bought some ClubCoin. It's so easy. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's like supposed to be easy. So yeah, it's no problem doing it either way, buying or selling. Oh, Paul, you said in ClubCoin, not Bitcoin. What does that mean? I don't know what you mean. Like anytime, like, because I get questions in here, so you might have one part of a question from earlier, and then this is the second part. I don't remember the first part. So put the whole thing together so I'll know what you're talking about. Richard, thanks for the comprehensive response regarding Mike Hearn. Russ, wasn't really concerned, more interested in your guys' take on it, but more reassuring, of course. Oh, absolutely. And yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Richard, I don't even like talking about it. I feel like it's literally a waste of breath, because it really affects none of us. I mean, because he was the head of Bitcoin Core, Bitcoin does not depend on any one person at all, period. Mike Hearn is not Satoshi Nakamoto at all. And there are other guys way smarter, way more talented than him that are a part of Bitcoin. It's just he was handed a position of kind of celebrity by being named the head developer. There have been other lead developers of Bitcoin Core that have, moved on. They still work with Bitcoin, but doing something different. So he just wanted to be a drama queen and send letters of resignation to newspapers. And there's literally newspapers that put the CEO of Bitcoin has resigned and says it's failed. well, there is no CEO of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin hasn't failed. Again, I just bought a plane ticket today. It's working just fine. But yeah, but I'm glad I actually covered this question. I just hate covering it, but I'm glad I did. Yep, selling is easy, buying is really tough for newcomers. That is true. You are welcome, Hayden. Joby says BitClub is the perfect business. I couldn't agree with you more, Joby. When will the club coin be ready for Max? It's actually ready now. They just are doing a lot of testing for it because this is the first Mac wallet for proof of stake coins. There is no, like, there's over 800 proof of stake coins, and none of them have a Mac wallet. This is the first one invented for us. So there's a lot of testing to make sure everything is perfect for it. You know, I guess the world, we can't get rid of all Macs, so we got to try and help, you know, the Mac people. So, and I'm just being kind of sarcastic because I don't use Macs. But yeah, that'll be out really, really, really soon. Sundahar, no, that was for payment via credit card for newcomers to Bitcoin to pay for mining. Yeah, I mean, not with BitClub Network. BitClub Network will never accept a credit card for anything ever. Now, cex.io, I know you can set up an account with them, cex.io, to buy with credit card. I just don't know what countries you can do that from. But for some countries, you can use a credit card. And there's a few other ones with different, I mean, you just got to do your research online. There are a few, but not very many at all. And it's not going to be easy to do it because with fraud and chargebacks with credit cards, those companies could really get in a lot of trouble and lose a lot of money because once you send Bitcoin, it is gone. There's no getting it back. So a lot of people are scared of credit cards because of that. Oh, Steve, thank you so much. Steve says, Russ, you might want to mention the Facebook support for Club Coin. Yes, thank you. And what's funny is that I already had that Facebook page open, ready to go. So give it a second here, let it load. Come on. Oh, it's not opening. Hang on a second. All right, hang on a second here. Okay, so this is Clubcoin. So it's facebook.com/clubcoin.co. So facebook.com/clubcoin.co. So we have support set up on Clubcoin, and the main support guy is a guy named Josh who invented proof of stake. Blackcoin was the first proof of stake coin, and Josh helped start Blackcoin and kind of invented the whole concept behind proof of stake. He's helped design the code. He's been working on proof of stake for years, really understands that, and he is like the main one covering any issues here. We actually have most of the entire team that worked on the whole Blackcoin project. They all work with us helping develop Clubcoin in different platforms for Clubcoin, like the Mac wallet, phone wallet, different explorers, setting up the code so that it can work on ATMs. It's actually really complicated to get it to work on a Bitcoin ATM. They're building all of that code right now as well. So this is great support. You ever have any issues whatsoever, this is the site you want to go to. So facebook.com/clubcoin.co. So yeah, thank you so much for reminding me about that. Oops, I just clicked on the wrong one. Okay, hang on a second here. All right, so let me get back to these questions. Paul is asking, hang on one second. Paul is asking, the spike in Club Coin, what caused it? What caused it is somebody bought a lot of Club Coin. So you had people on there that had buy orders in and sell orders in, and somebody went, you know what? I feel like buying a lot of Club Coin, and went and bought up all those sell orders and pushed the price way up. So it's just somebody buying a lot. It could push the price down right now. If somebody that has a lot of Club Coin went on there and just went sell, 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 price would go down. I mean, it's just buying and sell orders. That's really all it is. Because we didn't put out any kind of crazy news reports or anything. I mean, it's not like, we just launched something and said, hey, you can get this discount, 20% off, wherever if you use Club Coin. Like, that will happen in the future when we say, for the first 500 people that use Club Coin at this business, they're going to get 30% off, and then everybody goes to buy Club Coin. That could happen. But yeah, nothing special. Also, there is some news that Chinese are the ones who control the price as they hold more coins. Well, when you say the Chinese, I mean 70% of all the transactions happen in China. So, of course, they would control it somewhat because they own most of it and do the most transactions. But if you look at what's really marketed with Bitcoin around the world and all the businesses accepting it, I don't really hear much about China. I think the Chinese are more using it for getting money out of China, because you can only send 50,000 US a year outside of China if you're in China. With Bitcoin, you can buy it, send it to another country, sell it, and now you got your money out of China. So as far as controlling it, I mean, there's just more people in China using it than anywhere else in the world. But again, using it for plane tickets and hotel rooms and buying cars and houses and coffee and all that kind of stuff and cool stuff you can do. There's way more set up for uses around the world right now than in China that I know of. But yeah, most of the transactions do happen there. Sindahar, do we see Club Coin similar to the blockchain type? Club Coin is a blockchain coin. If you go here to Club Chain, so club, CHA.IN, so Club Chain, this is the blockchain. So you can see all of the transactions all the way back to the very, 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 very first transaction for Club Coin. Yeah, everything's available. You can see it all. You can see all the markets that we're on, all the trades, top 100 wallets. You can API, so you can have all this info in another site if you want to. So yeah, this is blockchain technology right here with Club Coin. Absolutely. With our blockchain, you could do everything you could do with the Bitcoin blockchain. I mean, it's a decentralized, distributed network, just like Bitcoin. Just Bitcoin's, 1,000 times bigger than us right now. Hang on. I don't know that, I mean, you can't really say that one is more advanced than the other. I mean, definitely Bitcoin is way more advanced than Club Coin, not because of the core code, but because there are so many, overlaid businesses that have applications on the Bitcoin network for doing different things with Bitcoin. We just don't have those companies setting up apps on our platform yet, but that will happen, just hasn't happened yet. Hayden, can't really do that, but I understand where you're coming from, but can't really do that. Joby, what is a faucet service? That I'm going to be talking to them, because a faucet is where you have coins on a site, and then there's ads on the site. So you go on there, put in your wallet address, check out ads for however long, and leave the site open and new ads pop up, and as you're there on the site, you get coins. So it's just free coins, free coins, free coins. The advertiser's the one paying for it. So like Joe, or what you call it, Josh was like, hey, it would be good to have a faucet, put that up. And I was like, wait a second, man, like slow down. So I got to talk to him about doing that. I was like, got to be careful with that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know that we really want to do that. So I'm going to be talking with him about that tomorrow evening, actually. But we might be able to do something cool with it. But yeah, faucet service is basically just getting free coins for watching ads, and then people can advertise, and they're the ones basically putting the coins in, getting people to watch. So it's really nothing. I mean, people sit there for 10 seconds and get a half a penny, so it's, I don't know. I'm going to talk to him about that tomorrow. Not the Explorer, but the wallet I meant. Well, I mean, there's Bitcoin wallets that are, very, very, very basic wallets. I mean, you can have a Bitcoin wallet that is just your public key and your private key on a piece of paper. It doesn't really do anything. Then you have wallets like coins.ph, where you can do just about anything you can think of on there. There's amazing things that they do. So yeah, our wallet is kind of somewhere in the middle of that. It's not as basic as a piece of paper, and it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that some of the other wallets have. But again, we just launched this a month ago, and we have a team of developers that have developed other platforms for proof of stake coins, and they're working on other platforms right now for it. So you'll see more and more and more and more coming with it. It's just a matter of time. All right, so any other questions? I know this was short notice that we jumped on here. We've been on here about 1 hour and 40 minutes. I guess one last thing. You know what? Just so you guys know, tomorrow, maybe even later tonight, but probably tomorrow, I'm going to record a comp plan webinar because on February 1st, there's a lot of changes that are going to be happening. And so one of the things is comp plans changing a little bit. Same basic structure, just the amounts are changing in different spots. Same amount of payout, same basic structure, just numbers changing from one piece to another piece, but same payout. But I want to cover that in a separate webinar from this. So if you're just checking us out for the first time, get back with the person that invited you. Any other questions, I'm sure they can answer them or take you to their upline to get you answered. Oh, Richard, one Facebook link. Yeah, it's facebook.com/clubcoin.co. So same as the ClubCoin page, because the ClubCoin page is clubcoin.co. Oops, wrong one. That's Club Chain. So this one's clubcoin.co. So facebook.com/clubcoin.co. And don't forget, go to clubcoin.co, download the wallet. You can read tons and tons of things on the website. We got lots of information on here, and we'll be adding more and more and more info. I'm just scrolling through this, show everybody real quick. It just loads a little slow because of the internet service here. Sorry about that. So yeah, we got a lot of cool info on clubcoin.co. Steve, it was great meeting you also in KL, and I've been seeing your pictures. I've seen you've been going all over town taking photos, which is nice. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in KL. I love it there. So I'm glad to see you guys having a blast. And I'll be seeing you guys again real soon. All right, so any other questions from anybody? Going once, going twice. Nothing else popped up. All right, well, been on here, like I said, a little over 1 hour. Thank you, Joby. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. The last thing that I want to tell all of you that are listening for the first time is probably the most important thing I'm going to say out of everything, is that if you're just learning about Bitcoin, had some preconceptions, hopefully I kind of opened your eyes to the real world of Bitcoin, what Bitcoin's all about, how Bitcoin's run, how new coins are generated. There's only so many of them. Everything about BitClub Network and Club Coin, I can only give you so much information in a short period of time that we're on here. If you think about what you know about the internet today and what you knew about the internet 20 years ago, you actually know a lot about the internet. You knew nothing 20 years ago. And so with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Clubcoin, and all the whole world of what can be done with cryptocurrency is literally as vast as the internet, can be as big as the internet. I've been studying cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, everything for over a year and a half now. There's a lot of information I have. I can only give you a small piece of info in this little webinar. Here's my promise. Whatever you think about what we just talked about here tonight, however good you think this is, I promise you, minimum, it's 10 times better than what you think it is. Cryptocurrency and BitClub Network, 10, maybe even 20 times better than what you know right now. So get in, start learning as you go. Read about Bitcoin, watch videos about Bitcoin, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour a day. Over the next few weeks, your eyes are going to be open to a whole new world that you never knew existed. I'm telling you, it's going to blow your mind how great this new technology really is. So, all right, everybody, you guys have a wonderful morning, afternoon, night, depending on where you are. And I will see you guys on the next webinar. And again, I'll put a link on Facebook for all the leaders to see probably, an hour, 2 hours before I do the webinar for the compensation plan tomorrow. If I don't do it tomorrow, it'll be the next day for sure, but I'm going to try to do it tomorrow. So, all right, everybody, have a great day, and I will see you guys soon.